Hi, this is comic artist Ken Landgraf, and I'm going to be showing you the Gil Kane cover set that I have that he did in the 1970s for Marvel Comics. I was Gil's assistant at the time, and I used to take him around to all the comic book stores so he could, and I'd introduce him to all the owners so he could sell his artwork. As a thank you, he always let me make photocopies. This is one of the famous below angle covers, which is amazing. It's like how to draw that view. This set is 200 pages, and it's available for $70 post-paid in the United States. That's a good deal for this because you're going to get a lot of knowledge when you study this. It includes his westerns, so you can learn how to draw his horses. It's interesting here because you can see how he twisted the scarf on the guy to create action also. This is one of those famous Kazar covers. This was later used as a painting for the Savage Sword or Savage Tales, and Steve Fabian painted over this. So this is the construction for it. You'll note that you can learn like foreshortening from this. Here's the deltoid muscle and the forearm and the hand. The hand is seen from the side, top, and front. And look how he made the hair move here. So there's a lot of stuff you can learn by studying this. I had this when I was in my early 20s. Obviously, it helped me get work at Marvel and DC Comics and my whole career in the TV and industry and the Galaxy Rangers. All these jobs came from me studying stuff like this. This is one of my favorite covers. It's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde from Marvel Classics. Wow, look how he did that face there. You see that C shape? How he blocks the face in. His famous below angle face. It's like how to draw that view. This is a real early photocopy of a Spider-Man cover. And this is really cool because this is actually penciled. I don't have the construction for this one. This construction or layout or preliminary layout, but I do have the penciled version. Again, this isn't original art. These were photocopies that I made at the time in the 1970s. Nobody really has these. This was just considered part of the production of the comic. So unless you made a photocopy, this, particularly the penciling, would be lost forever because it'd be covered with India ink. This is a Master of Kung Fu cover. And this is cool because he kicked the guy so hard that he smashed into the temple, breaking the temple in two. This is one of the first things I got when I was up at Marvel. Marie Severin took a liking to me and gave me a lot of help. She would give me Xeroxes every time I came up. And this is one of them she gave me, is an actual photocopy of a Gil Kane pencil drawing. So I think this was the first time, or I know this was the first time I ever saw Gil Kane's penciling. I had no idea what he penciled like because it was always covered with India ink. Look at that hand. Wow, the kid's mom was dead. And there's this German Stuka dive bomber plane coming down. This was later changed on the cover to a bomber, so it wasn't as scary. Speaking of scary, here's Morbius, the vampire. Look at him. You can see Gil used a pencil on this and then went over it with a marker. And it's really a nice shot of the woman there and the kid. He's breaking right through that window. Look at that leg. You can learn how to draw that leg from that. A lot of my books I based on my studies of Gil Kane. You might want to get some of my how to draw books while you're at it. You can look them up on eBay, or you can see some videos of them up here on YouTube. Oh, look at the Hulk. I always liked how Kane drew these capes too, because he'd really twist them. You're seeing the top of the cape, the inside of the cape, and it's twisting. Kane also did a lot of covers for Conan the Barbarian. This is one of the best ones they ever did, actually. A lot of dead guys, horse coming in there. I think Dragon was later added in here. I don't know if Tom Sutton inked this, and I think they made him draw a dragon. They sure to call Gil Kane back into the office to correct this, or unless they told him, add a dragon to this when you do your penciling, since this is the layout. Here we got the Hulk. He's pushing a locomotive train. The villain's on top of the train. All basic shape drawing. Here we have Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu, and he's fighting Man-Thing. That's pretty cool. It kicked right through his leg. Look at it. It's funny because Man-Thing is always walking around naked here. As you can see his buns here. That's pretty funny. Sometimes they covered him up just like the Swamp Thing. They put shading over him so you wouldn't see him. So you're going to get 200 pages of this stuff, which is amazing. And my advice is, if you get it, you trace over it on a light box to learn how to draw this stuff. You look at the deltoid muscle. Look how the tricep muscle up here is in there. The bicep, tricep. That's the trapezius, shoulder muscle. And look at the extensor muscles. Oh, there's a submariner. Of course, the major Marvel comic artists did these layouts. They didn't just start a cover. John Buscema sketched out every darn page he ever drew and every cover. He just didn't sit there and start drawing Conan. One time, Gil Kane even told me, he said, if you're not doing these stages, you're planning on failing. And he was right about that. I would try to skip, like, the arms and kind of just draw it, or draw a hand, and the hand would all be all messed up. So he's got all the stuff worked out. One of the things Gil Kane always did is, like, he takes the shoulder muscle, puts the deltoid, puts in the bicep here, and then locks in the extensor muscle. See how it's locked on top of the bicep? And then it goes into the forearm. I also like these snakes because I learned how to draw snakes from this, because he really shows, like, the barking of their mouths. This one's a masterpiece. It's Daredevil. And he's got a above angle shot here with all little humans down here. And I always liked how he drew these roofs and chimneys. And that's a hard shot because he had to connect this here. That's the deltoid muscle, and he connected here that it runs into the other deltoid muscle, so it looks like it's connected. See that? Deltoid to deltoid. Look at those trucks. They're all like blocked in. This is another masterpiece. Morbius the vampire coming in. He's like flying into the room here, into the lab. Looking pretty ugly too. Look at that face. And I like these guys. I remember copying these over and over and over to learn how to draw this field, because he clearly shows you the rib cage, how it's set. There's a girl on the altar. Look at those hands. This is interesting too, because he drew this leg here, connecting it to the buttocks, and then arced. What you do is you draw an arc like this, so you get the other leg to look convincingly foreshortened compared to the other leg. So you take like this muscle here, you swing it. This is another one of those Marvel Classics. He did some really great work on these Marvel Classic covers, I gotta admit. Like, this is how to draw that view. You can see clearly the sternomastoid muscles of the neck, the throat, trapezius, deltoid, bicep, the deltoid, and then you don't see the other part of the arm because it's hidden back here. You just see the forearm coming out. Look at that leg coming right out at you. This one's going away from the viewer. I remember copying this stuff over and over and over and over until I could draw it. I used a lot of this when I was drawing Nightwing and Flamebird and Hawkman. I tried to construct it like Gil Kane. And here's one of the famous Spider-Man covers. It's got everything worked out here. And again, you take this sketch and put it on a light box and then clean it up in pencil form. And that'd be given to the letterer and then finally the inker. This is one of the horror covers that he did. He did a lot of these horror covers, like Jack the Ripper he drew. And it's pretty cool, that skeleton guy. Look at him. Look how he's gripping that scythe or whatever that thing is called, where he it's like a chop your head off, like that axe vice. And we're going to end up here on Captain America. Again, this is how to draw this type of anatomy. Look at that leg, the knee, and I like how he does the boots. Look at that. Here's the foot, and the boot is flaring up here in the triangle. And all these villains are coming in. Some of them he didn't even bother drawing out the anatomy. He just sketched out what action he wanted to draw. See that? This is nice. You see, that's a tough view from above. Always pay attention to how the deltoid muscle is over here. Here it is again. And the bicep. Okay, so this shows you a good look at what this set is about. If you want to get your own personal copy from my master copies, I'm going to print the copies from my copies. It's $60 plus postage. The whole thing comes out to like 70 bucks. So if you want a set, just contact me directly, or you can look on eBay. It's also for sale on there. Okay, be talking to you later. Please subscribe to my videos. Thank you.